I recommend using this mantra when you make a mistake, when you feel bad about something, when you behave in a way you wish you hadn't, or anytime you're feeling down on yourself for any reason. Hey Soul Surfers, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the community and have not yet subscribed, we would love for you to join us. Just go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if you want to know when new videos are posted, click that notification bell as well. And if there are any topics that you are interested in learning more about that you'd like to see me make a video on, go ahead and let me know in the comments box below, and I'll try and get a video out on that topic. In today's video, we're talking about a mantra that you can use to love, accept yourself in your entirety. And this mantra is going to just catapult your self-love, and it's going to integrate those parts of yourself that you may have been hiding or rejecting, or otherwise known as the shadow parts of yourself. Now, what happens in life is when we make a mistake or we behave in a way that is not in alignment with our true selves, or that isn't in alignment with the things that we've been taught, we are typically taught to feel bad about ourselves. We are taught to shame ourselves, to begrudge ourselves, to hold resentment toward ourselves for behaving in that manner. However, by having these feelings towards ourselves, that's just rejecting a part of ourselves. That's rejecting and hiding away. And actually, when we reject and hide these parts away, that behavior can become present in a more amplified state later. So that's why instead of rejecting this part of ourselves or abandoning it or begrudging it or hating it, we need to learn to love it and accept it so that that energy can move through us. Because really, the greatest goal in life is to love and accept every single part of yourself. So I recommend using this mantra when you make a mistake, when you feel bad about something, when you behave in a way you wish you hadn't, or anytime you're feeling down on yourself for any reason. The phrase is, even though blank, I fully love, honor, and accept myself. Now, the reason there's a blank here is because you'll have to fill in the blank with whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling or whatever part of you are feeling bad about or feeling low about. So for example, let's say that I lost my cool and I raised my voice at somebody and started yelling at them. Instead of being angry at myself, I could say, even though I yelled at this person, I still love, honor, and accept myself. Because what that's doing is saying, I did this thing, but I still love myself. It's basically accepting that part of yourself and saying that you're still lovable despite whatever this was. You can also use this towards your body. If you don't feel great about a certain part of your body, you can say, for example, even though I have fat on my stomach, I still love, honor, and accept myself. It's saying there's this part of me, I see it, I acknowledge it, and I'm still lovable with this part of me or this behavior that I've exhibited or whatnot. Because when we start rejecting ourselves because of certain parts of us physically or behaviors that we had, we start to embody this feeling of shame. We start to feel like we are a bad person for behaving this way or looking this way. And really, this tends to come from programming where we were taught to believe that we should be ashamed of ourselves for looking a certain way or behaving a certain way. Maybe somebody told us that because we got angry, we should be ashamed of that behavior, or because we have fat, that we should be ashamed for wearing whatever we're wearing because it doesn't fit us right, or people who have fat shouldn't wear things like that. And when we start shaming ourselves, it perpetuates this cycle of guilt and shame. So instead of accepting that part, if we behaved a certain way and we feel bad about it, we feel bad, and then we, again, internalize that and turn it into I'm bad. Instead of saying I did a bad thing, it becomes I am bad because I did that thing. So really breaking this cycle of guilt and shame and knowing that just because we do something that is bad or undesirable does not mean we are a bad person. Our mistakes are not our identities. And I'm going to say that again. Our mistakes are not our identities. You may make mistakes, but you are not a mistake. It's so important to remember this. And by using this mantra, even though blank, I fully love, honor, and accept myself, that's going to alleviate and break that cycle of guilt and shame. It's saying, even though this happened, I'm still a good person. I'm still lovable, and I still love myself as a person. My worth is not based around this action that I took or this choice that I made. The other thing that I really love about this phrase is that it accepts responsibility. You take ownership of whatever has happened. It's not placing blame outward. It's not saying so-and-so made me feel this way, so that's why I did it. It's I chose to do this thing. I did this thing. It happened. It's taking ownership and then still loving yourself, even though you made that decision or you acted in that manner. I think that when you find that you start using this mantra daily or any time that you feel low or like you did something bad, that it's really going to change your feelings on things. It's going to let your emotions flow, and it's really going to start that path and reprogramming of your subconscious mind that you are good enough. You are lovable despite any choices, despite any actions, despite anything that you've ever done in your life. This ties in very well with forgiveness too. It's almost like a form of forgiving yourself because you're immediately taking that and you're releasing it. You're letting that energy flow. You're not suppressing it. You're not internalizing it. You're taking it and transforming it into something loving and wonderful. And the more you do that, the more your vibration is going to raise, and you'll also start to see your self-talk change as well. You can even use this for past behaviors. This doesn't have to be done in the moment. That's a great thing to do going forward, but you can also take it and look at past things, maybe that you haven't forgiven yourself for, and use this phrase with those things. You can brainstorm anything that you feel bad that you've ever done and say that phrase over and over again. You can do it once, as many times as you need until that emotion and that guilt or that feeling of shame has dissipated. Because once you bring shame to the light, it can't survive. Shame cannot survive sunlight. So take this mantra, use it daily in your active life, and also use it to reflect on past things so that you can set yourself free. All right, soul surfers, let me know when you try this mantra and let me know how it has helped you. Once I started using this mantra myself, it really just shifted things major in me. And I know that it can do the same for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.